Clone Troopers, nicknamed the Boys in White, and also known as the Republic Troopers, were highly trained soldiers in the Grand Army of the Republic. Bred on the planet Kamino, Clone Troopers were engineered by Kamino scientists, using the human bounty hunter Jango Fett as genetic template for the entire clone army. Hello, welcome to Centaurian's Corner, and today we're looking at my 10 customs that I've created and that you guys have followed me on the journey to creating these. So my 10th custom was Commander Stone, which was just here, and yeah, I mean, I've learnt so much since starting, and I'd just like to put that out there to say thank you to everyone that's commented, subscribed, liked, followed me on Instagram. Thank you everybody for the support. It's truly amazing, considering I just literally picked up one of these bootleg clones in April, and I just thought, oh, do you know what, I'm going to create one of those characters from the Clone Wars and just see how it goes. But coming to this, you know, it's brilliant, you know. Absolutely thank you so much for the support. And now I'm up to 350 subs, which is beyond recognition. I thought, you know, I barely even get to 100, so thank you. The competition winner, I have finished his character. It's all ready to go, it's all boxed up, and there will be a video releasing probably next week by the time I sort of get it all posted, because I want to finish it off with a little montage of me posting it. But yeah, I mean, so thank you so much. So this episode is just me going through the 10 customs that I've created to get everyone that's newly subscribed on board, just to look at, and I'll go over quickly what I enjoyed making about them and which one's my favourite. So as you all know, my first custom was Commander Gree, and I've learnt a lot since this guy. Yeah, I mean, I have updated him because the competition winner did ask for a Commander Gree, and along the way I was doing that, I was realising what I had done at the beginning, which was wrong, and I've adjusted it and brought it back. So, I mean, this is his first bandolier that I had on the figure. It's a bit picked away because I tried to save the elastic, but yeah, I've updated these bandolier now, which just looks 10 times better than it did before. So yeah, and I've finished off a bit of his paint that was a bit chipped away that I didn't do at first, because at first I didn't even have mixing pots. I just literally had bits of paper that I used to mix the paint on. But yeah, I mean, that's Commander Gree. Then the next guys I actually created these on the same night, and I absolutely love these guys in the Clone Wars. Like, I was really surprised that no one even chose them in the competition. But as you probably all know, who followed me on Instagram and whatnot, I actually made these for Mike for his YouTube when he came over for on his honeymoon. And yeah, I mean, I actually love these guys, and trying to recreate them as well for Mike was quite a painstaking process, because I wanted them as probably better than what I've got here, and actually his ones have probably turned out 10 times better, because the orange looks a little bit better on his as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, I just enjoyed making these guys. They're just so iconic to me. So that was their number 3, 1, 2 and 3. And then after that one I created 5s and Echo, and again I did those on the same night. And yeah, I mean, when I got to this stage I was just like, how am I going to do this helmet, like, beyond relief. But using these other guys for wax and boil, I've actually come easier to doing freehand. So yeah, that's what I done. The only thing I found about this figure that I didn't like that I did was on here I did actually use a black pen to score the lines where I wanted to go, and then to fill in the lines basically with paint. but the lines still stayed, so it's gone like a bit of a dark on there, so it just looks a bit cartoony. I was a bit upset that sort of stayed on there, but yeah, I mean his decor and his shoulder pad still there, and yeah, literally love these guys, and I was really proud how they come out really. And we got Echo. There's deco on there for heavy. And as I said, these are all bootleg clones. Pick them up from AliExpress. And at the moment, I haven't got any clones. Again, getting married in 2 weeks' time, so money's a little bit tight at the moment. So I'm just kind of sort of bearing down of what I got. After Echoes and Fives, I created Bly, I think. And Bly, I think, again, like, I was quite chuffed how he turned out as well. You know, I did feel a bit like the yellows weren't going to be great or anything, but yeah, no, he come out trumps, to be honest. And the support that you're giving for this guy on YouTube on his views and stuff is brilliant, and I think he's actually on exactly the same point as he is with Fordo. And yeah, I mean, his visor and all that still goes down. He has become a little bit loose here because I'm moving the clones around like 24/7. Every time I do like a new sort of like the Anakin review the other day, and then I had Padme. Just literally most of the time they end up just laying on the floor next to where I take the pictures, because I'm taking, well, every time I got a new figure I need to take the display down, put them up, put them in a sort of position, then put them back, and you know, it does get a little bit monotonous. Actually, before I made Bly, I think I'd done Ponds. So, and the trouble on this one was the colour. Trying to match his colour up was really hard. And yeah, I think I got it in the end. It's pretty cool. So, and again, you know, I was really sort of blowing my own trumpet here, but I was really proud how he turned out as well. And you know, this is just for a bit of inspiration for you guys. If you're really thinking at home that you want to try, then seriously try it. It's not that hard, and if you want to do it, you know, just go for it. And just follow me on Instagram, and if you've got any problems or the way you want to get around something, you don't know how to achieve it, just give us a message and I'll give you a hand. So after Ponds, it's definitely Fordo, and again, you know, I've learnt new things on the way. I realised what I could have done here was actually got the scalpel and scalpeled this off and laid it on this side, but and that's another thing that I've learnt since the other day, because I think one of my clones had two right arms and his comlink was on the inside here, so I had to sort of score it off with a scalpel before I even customised it. It's the first time that's ever happened for a bootleg, but yeah, I realised that I took it off in such a neat fashion that I could actually probably thought, oh, I could have put that onto there, but unfortunately I learnt that a bit later on. I think it was Stone that had that arm. But yeah, again, we had done a bit of customization. You know, I learnt how to use milliput, learnt how to do the two-piece molds. And what I'll do, actually, I'll put a link up into the video on here to where I got the inspiration from. So it's not one of my videos, it's someone else's video that I watched. And yeah, that's the same stuff I use and everything on there. Yeah, so again, we went into a bit more sculpting and sort of getting this on and gluing it on there and trimming this down, you know, so it's all new, and a bit of sculpting for his arm sort of link here and getting that on, and obviously customizing his DC carbines as well into pistols. So again, you know, we was learning along the way. And obviously then after that I made Fire. See, I really like Fire. I like his colours and stuff like that, but I don't think he sort of transferred well over into the bootleg sorry, not the bootleg, into the Black series. There was something when I finished him, I just wasn't sure. To me, it just doesn't scream fire. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is the pauldron that I used, this sort of phase 2 pauldron or something like that, but something just seems a little bit off, and I'm not 100% sure what it is, but nonetheless, you know, everything there, all his lines and everything's perfect. But I just do think he didn't come across the best. So I think out of all my figures, out of the 10 customs I've done, I think he would be number 10, to be honest. And then obviously the last one that we've done was Commander Stone. And I absolutely, this guy, how he turned out, you know, his arm bits and all that, and I learnt a little bit more from Fire and then doing it on here, and these turned out 10 times better than what Fire did. And yeah, and I think because he's all quite simplistic, he hasn't got the pauldron and all that around on him. He just looks like a bit of a badass, really. He looks a bit similar to you know, like a Captain Rex. You know, he's just going to run into the battlefield with his dual pistols. So yeah, I really like the guy, how he turned out. So yeah, I mean, that's my customs. That's where we're at the moment. For the one that I think is probably my favourite, you know, I love to say Fordo, to be honest, because he just screams utter coolness, doesn't he? He just looks menacing. He looks cool. He just looks like he's gonna just literally scramble some clankers into like scrap metal, doesn't he? He just, you know, he just looks mean, you know. And I love the colour scheme. Obviously, it's red, so it goes well with everything. But I think on par with him, I would say Stone is probably my second favourite that I've done. I just love the shine on his helmet, and I love all the sort of parts about him. I think he transitioned quite well over into the Black series. And then I would have to go for my boys, my Waxer and Boyle, because these are the guys that I wanted to create originally before I even started Gree. I wanted to make these two, just purely because they're my fave. And I think after that, you know, it gets a little bit hard, but I do think probably the 250 First Boys would be my next ones that I enjoy the most. And stand up, don't knock them all down. There we go. Yeah, I think those two are definitely the ones. And then I would say Gree. And you're probably thinking, why is Bly so late? But I don't know. I do like my Bly. But I think it's because these guys, especially Waxer and Boyle and Fives and Echo, the Rookies episode and the Ryloth episode, like they just literally, there's something I just love about them. But then there's Bly. Get him in there. And then Ponds at number 9. And then Fire at number 10. So guys, comment down below which one you would say your favourite or your top 10s. Let me know, and we'll see what we've got coming in the future. And just comment down below as well what other clones you would love to see in the future. I mean, I would actually really like to start doing the sort of Senate guards, or just the normal 501st guy, just a few sort of standard clones without doing all these sort of like holsters and stuff like that, and the commanders. I like to build up their armies, so I'm even thinking a couple of wolf soldiers to go along with the phase 2 wolf over there, but again they will still be phase 1 as they're my faves. And I still got these guys in the background, and you can catch a tutorial as well on the channel for just getting these guys and just giving a bit of a dirt up and a bit of a scrub up on there. And then obviously I've got my official clones. Let's go in the middle, and we've got Wolf and Captain Rex. So guys, thanks for tuning in, and thank you so much for the support again on Instagram, commenting, liking, subscribing, everything like that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.